Quick fun fact. Out of the 50 U.S. states, well, 52 if you include D.C. and Puerto Rico, 21 of those states and territories have one NBA team. Now, that geographical breakdown is how we determine the Eastern and Western conferences. Now, subsequently, that's how we also determine the 6 divisions. And within those divisions, well, you have a lot of drama. We got a lot of news. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's a lot of content, bro. All right. So, you're watching your favorite show, Get a Bucket. I'm your host, Trey. So let's tune in and see what NBA division we're going to talk about today. The Atlanta Hawks recently acquired DeJounte Murray. And can I say, they might get a little saucy. They already have Trae Young. They acquired DeJounte Murray, who is an elite two-way player. He's a good defender. He's an all-star recently. He can get you a triple-double, but most importantly, he's a quality playmaker that can spell for Trae Young. So when let's say Trae Young gets into foul trouble, you got DeJounte Murray. If Trae Young just doesn't have it that day, you got DeJounte Murray. DeJounte Murray is athletic. The main thing I want to see is, how does he fit, though? Because, coming from the Spurs, it's a different culture. So going to the Hawks now, it's a different culture. Does he get outside of himself? Does he still play like the Spurs, DeJounte Murray? That's what I want to see personally. But from a fit perspective, I think this does work for the Hawks. So kudos to the Hawks and kudos to the Hawks fans, because, hey, DeJounte Murray with Trae Young, it should spell nicely. And also, big shout outs to John Collins, because this might help him out the most. The Charlotte Hornets still have LaMelo Ball, and they are still a wonderful storyline to follow. But I got to see what LaMelo Ball does first. We know he's a stud. We know he's a future star in the making. Can he lead his team to the playoffs, right? We've seen Luka do it. We've seen Trae Young do it. We've seen Ja Morant do it. We now need to see if LaMelo Ball can do this. Again, he can boogie woogie out there on the court. We know that. And we also know who his daddy is. So we know he gonna stay in the limelight for quite a bit. Pairing that with being on Jordan's team, you gonna be fine. We just need to see from the leadership standpoint, can you lead that team into the playoffs? Now, we do know you lost Montrezl Harrell. We do know that that Miles Bridges is going through his whole little situation, so it's a little tricky. But now's the time to see if LaMelo Ball is going to be a top 10 player at any point in time. I think if he can get to that playoffs with this caliber team, we can expect LaMelo Ball to be a top 10 player in the future. If not, I have some question marks personally. The Miami Heat have Bam Adebayo, and he is a quality talent, ladies and gentlemen. Let me be here to tell you. Now, the thing is, from an offensive standpoint, I have questions on Bam Adebayo. Defensively, the man is solid. The man is solid as hell. But offensively, yes, he can pass. Of course, he can rebound. But is he going to be that guy who puts the ball in the basket at the end of the day? Like, is he going to be the guy who wills the team to the victory? Is he going to be aggressive on the interior and the mid-range? Like, I need him to. I didn't see that necessarily last year. I need to see that going forward, Bam Adebayo. You have loads of potential. I can see a Nikola Jokic light and a Ben Wallace in Bam Adebayo. That's what I can see out of him. The problem is he's not bringing it out. Those are my expectations of you. Jimmy needs some extra help. Tyler Hero's cool, but Bam, I'm looking at you as you got to be the guy. So that's my expectation for Bam Adebayo. So let's see if he can do that, because if so, we might be talking about the Heat in the finals this year. The Orlando Magic drafted Paolo Banchero in the 2022 NBA draft. Now, this is a big deal. Reason why? Because, you're expecting, and he's the number 1 pick, so usually you expect the number 1 pick to be the best player on the team. I'm not saying that this year, though. Don't get me wrong. Paolo is a bucket. We have a lot of quality players, though, on this Magic team, okay? We got Franz Wagner. You still got Jonathan Isaac, who come back off injury. You got Wendell Carter, Cole Anthony, Jalen Suggs. Like, there are a lot of people on this team, and I haven't even talked about Markelle Fultz yet. So the thing about this Magic team, they're low-key deep with talent. And in order for them to win, though, or they're going to need Paolo to be the best player. So this year, if Paolo is their best player, the Magic are going to the playoffs. If not, well, they're going to be like a really decent lottery team. That's what I'm expecting them to be. And no disrespect to Paolo. Paolo's a stud. We already see that. Just got a lot of people to beat. But look for the Magic in about 3 seasons to be there, to be in that playoff spot. The Washington Wizards have always had Bradley Beal, and they have always disappointed us with Bradley Beal, and they have always disappointed Bradley Beal. Like, I feel bad for you, Beal. He is an all-star. He's an all-NBA caliber player, and we have him on this caliber team. Like, now the Wizards have been trying to make some better acquisitions, but personally, I think it's time for Bradley Beal to say, listen, if we haven't done anything by the midway point, I'm looking to get traded. You've gotten your money. You've done literally everything you can possibly for the Washington Wizards. They just haven't done any wizardry for you. I'm sorry. Like, it's time for you, Bradley Beal, to disappear. Like, please do a magic trick and disappear for yourself, champ. I like you. If you stay on the Wizards, that means I have better access to you potentially. I'm telling you to leave because they have not done anything for you. You haven't sniffed the championship. You haven't really been in the playoff ranks like that, like you want to be. So, hey, you need to tell them bye-bye if they have not done anything by the midway point. Didn't I tell you there was drama? Didn't I tell you there was news? Didn't I tell your ass you were gonna like it? Like, bro, there's so much to talk about within the divisions. Like, it's crazy. But don't worry though, we will definitely have more to talk about. There's so much more to talk about. So don't be upset. But look, please continue to support the page. You know, like, subscribe, comment, tell anyone about the show. My name is Trey. I'm the host of your favorite show's favorite show. Get a bucket. Hope you all have a good one. Take care.